Oh, I'm live.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, everyone. I am Clay Hanna. This is Daniel Henry. We are running for junior class president and vice president, respectfully, of the junior PCC junior class of 2025. We are both history majors.
Yep, and we're both from Indiana too.
Oh, yeah, that's a very important part. Proud Hoosiers. We are running on a platform of excellence. We want to encourage the junior class to greater academic and spiritual excellence by building camaraderie within the class. And also, there is dots down there.
Dots.
So I'm going to assume that means that it is picking me up.
I don't know. I don't know how technology works. My dad always says that it's great, but only when it works right. So
I am an honorary boomer.
I guess
Okay.
so.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for letting me know that it is working.
Okay, that's good.
So we want to encourage the class to greater academic and spiritual excellence through promoting greater camaraderie within the class, because a lot of times we don't really communicate that well. So I personally myself, I don't most of my friends are either freshmen or juniors and seniors. So
And most of my friends who are also in the same class as I am, most of them I met within the first 2 weeks of being here because we were all, brand new freshies, and we're all like, "Oh, this is a wonderful new experience. I don't know anybody here. Hey, do you know anybody here? No. Oh, you want to be my friend? Yeah, sure."
yeah,
That's how I made most of my friends who are in the same class. But other than that, I mean, other than my close friends, I couldn't name you almost anybody who's in the sophomore, soon to be junior class.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Oh yeah.
yeah, there's very little interconnectivity. It's more isolated. You typically only know people through friend groups. Very rarely do you actually meet people through any real events, unless it's by happenstance or circumstance.
Yeah. If we could get greater camaraderie within the group, within the class, then get people studying together, whether it's school or even the Bible, keeping each other accountable and growing in the Lord. Also, we want to encourage excellence by bringing in guest speakers, more guest speakers for the class meetings. So we have some great ideas for guest speakers among the faculty that could come and encourage us spiritually and academically.
Yeah, and apologies. We are both sick this weekend. It's a wonderful time to be sick. At the start of every single break, it feels like, doesn't matter what break it is, but at the start of every break, I always get sick.
Yeah. Not to mention, on top of that, Rice Tower got evacuated early this morning because some water pipes burst. So that was a lot of fun at 3 a.m., wasn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
Ninth floor.
Oh, darn.
Flooded 9th floor, raining on 8th floor. So
no wonder why the water.
I'm glad I'm on 3rd.
I'm on 10th. So
yeah.
Yeah, that was weird because I was curious as to why the water pressure was so bad.
Yeah.
I guess that'd explain it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, pipes. That'll do it.
Yeah. Wonderful 50 minutes out in the cold.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But we are bouncing back, doing absolutely amazing, and we can still sleep in tomorrow. So everyone enjoy that.
Yep. And I don't got to work tonight, so I can actually go to bed at a reasonable hour instead of getting back here at 12:05.
Yep.
Oh.
A little bit more about ourselves. I enjoy juggling, playing musical instruments. I play piano, guitar. I sing. I am in college choir as well as the volunteer men's group One Accord. I already mentioned piano and guitar, and I play an instrument called Irish whistle, and I also play an Irish drum. I also, another thing I enjoy doing is flying. I just got my private pilot license the first week of classes, actually. That's the first time I've ever missed a class. Currently I have a 3.5 GPA.
Oh, we're talking about
And-
GPAs.
You don't have to bring it up if you don't want to. Hey, look, you're running, so we know you're passing.
I'm
That's
passing.
the important part.
Oh,
That's the important
I don't know.
part.
We should ask Mrs. Ordway in a week or two.
She's not. She'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I get it. That's true. I have some hobbies. I'm a big fan of history and most of the different branches and studies of it. Historiography.
Oh yeah.
I love genealogy. I like listening to a lot of the different stories and things that my parents have discovered about our ancestors. I think my favorite period of time is probably American history. I do find myself very drawn into, especially around the Gilded Age, post Civil War.
Oh yeah.
Up to probably about I'd say the 50s or the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
Probably my favorite time. Though I do like colonial America. Colonial America is very interesting, very intriguing. But yeah, I love history a lot. I also like coin collecting, which also plays into my love of history.
Oh yeah.
I've been a big coin collector for a long time. I think ever since I was 7 or so. So I know not a ton, but I know a good bit about coins, especially American coins. And then I also like video games, Pokemon, Lego, RPGs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I have a collection of coins from around the world. Some of them I got from my parents' travels. I have a few euros that I got from the time I spent about 2 weeks in France on a mission trip. That was a lot of fun. I think it's kind of hard to pick a favorite period of history, but I'd say I'm really fascinated by the history of aviation. Up through I'd say up through World War II. So I like basically all of the non-jet aircraft. Although the jet aircraft are pretty cool too. But I prefer the slightly slower
propeller.
P-51s up with camel, stuff like that. Though I love reading about history, specifically biographies, autobiographies. Autobiographies are my favorite though, because the main character never dies in the end. That's the downside of biographies.
Unless it was published posthumously.
Yeah.
Though I don't know if I've
Well,
ever...
it wouldn't be a complete autobiography though.
I guess that's true. Though
So the person wouldn't be able to write about their own death.
no autobiography, if they didn't write about themselves, no autobiography would actually be a complete biography.
True. That is true.
Can you tell that we both have a fairly decent grasp of the English language?
Oh yes.
We're able to.
We love talking.
And since we're historians, we love arguing about the semantics and the placement of a comma or a period.
Yes, that is the meat of history. You have to be willing to.
It'd actually be the sinews.
Okay, yeah, good point.
Because the bones are the underlying things that we all can agree upon, and the meat is the texts, the manuscripts, the letters, the books.
Oh yeah, the meat is the information. Then it's like I love.
Yeah, we'll argue about. We'll discuss just about anything.
Yeah, we will do our best not to argue about history excessively in the class meetings, though. We'll keep that to our private lives.
We'll try to be concise when we talk, because that's one thing that is a pet peeve of mine is, like I'm doing right now, just pointlessly talking without clear direction or aim, which I'm currently doing.
Yeah, a lot of us can lean into that. I think it's like a common human tendency to do that. And we want to try to avoid that in the meetings as much as possible, stick to what needs to be talked about.
And then
cold hard facts, have some fun activities.
Though actually be fun and somewhat slightly engaging instead of most class meetings with activities where they are not engaging nor fun and tend to be rather uh, droll,
Yeah.
one might say.
I mean, in their defense, it's a large class, so
And
it
there's-
can be hard to engage that many people.
Typically, you can only be very engaging with a small group of people.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that's another reason we want to encourage camaraderie, because it's difficult to do in large group settings like the class meetings.
Yeah, because you just look around and you just see a giant sea of people. But if you go down smaller and smaller to a small group, 10,
Yeah.
12, 15 people.
Yeah, some people it might be somewhat overwhelming to. It's like someone like me. I used to have trouble with large crowds, and coming here to PCC where there's four almost 5,000 people just wandering around campus. It can be a little bit just a little bit stressful, but obviously I've adjusted rather well. Another thing I have been involved the last year, I guess year and a half, almost 2 years that I've been here. I've been involved in a number of productions. I was in a grad play this semester, and also fall semester of my freshman year. And last spring I was in the fine arts production Pirates of Penzance.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm I'm gonna slow down doing that because I want to focus more on my studies and being president, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm not in any dramatic productions during my college career. The only dramatic productions I've ever been in was 4 musicals when I was younger. I think I was in 4th and 5th grade. But I was one of the leads in one of those musicals in 5th grade.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I was Spud, the couch potato, in that Amazing Grace race. Never was there quite such a fine, fat fellow. Yes. Sorry, I kind of butchered the alliteration there.
Yep. So we were planning on having a little bit of a question and answer time, hoping that people could come in. I was planning on doing this last night at this time, for the information of anyone that might be tuning in and I can't see, or might tune in shortly, or after this is all said and done. I was planning on doing a Q&A last night at 8 p.m. I apologized, but I turned on YouTube to figure out the live video real quick, and it notified me that I wouldn't be able to go live for 24 hours. So I had to, due to unforeseen events, I had to postpone to tonight. So it's been a great experience, though.
I've learned. I will admit, I have learned a good bit about the behind the scenes things, and getting to know people and talking with people. I think sometime in the future, this will be a good experience at the very minimum for when I run for dictator of the United States. I think it'll serve me well. But yeah, make outlandish promises that I plan to hold or not hold at all, depending upon whether or not.
Yes,
people actually...
I'm too honest to go into actual politics.
Well,
so I'm just gonna stick to college politics for now.
Well, all I can say is you can be as honest as you want, so long as you lie to everybody's faces.
Well, if you're honest about lying, then are you really? It's like, I mean, it's kind of counterintuitive. Anyway,
Politics.
Politics is it's interesting.
Not nearly as interesting as this sweatshirt. I like trees.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's nice and warm.
Let's go into why we want to run. Personally, I want to run. Obviously, I've mentioned our platform. Personally, I think it'd be a great experience. I would love the experience to, just the experience as a leader, and the experience, talking to people, interacting with people on a larger scale. I want to get out of my comfort zone. And I think that being junior class president would really help me with that.
Clay asked for help, and he's like, "Hey, you want to run with me?" And I said, "Sure," because I personally have never been a leader. I've always been a very good follower, a very good helper, and that's one thing I also want to do more is to encourage. We live in, I won't say trying times, but we live in the best word to describe is doldrums. It's very blah. I mean, the world weighs down on you so much. Work weighs
So
down
it seems
on
pretty
you.
exciting, but in all the wrong ways.
Yeah.
It's like out on the sea, and here comes a nor'wester blowing up like all get out. The perfect storm.
Yeah. And so life is difficult at times to keep on moving, keep on striving, keep on working, and doing what we're supposed to do and what we need to do. And so it's one thing that I wish to do more and to help more is to encourage everybody in that both in their personal, academic and spiritual lives to help give them vigor, just encourage them to keep on moving, keep on striving, keep on doing better. That's a good, that's the, maybe also work on public speaking. But those are the few of the reasons to why.
So we got a class on that.
I guess.
Public speaking.
Wait, oh yeah, we do have a class here on public
It's
speaking.
like speech. I don't know what class it is. I'd have to look it up.
Speech
I've
4000.
seen-
You
yeah.
ain't getting better than a B if you're
Yep.
lucky.
I think Mr. Van Hall might teach that.
Oh yeah.
Don't.
You
quote
ain't
me on
getting
that.
better than a C if you're lucky.
Hey, look, I got an A+ on my devotional, and I had him for 101.
You got an A plus, man.
Oh yeah, I got an A- on all my speeches.
Maybe I'm just a bad speaker, but I think
Maybe
the
I'm
best,
just a nerd.
the best. Well, I'm a nerd, and I didn't do the best on all mine. Best I got was an A- on my demonstration speech.
Yeah, it's like I am a special kind of nerd.
I guess that's true.
Special needs, as my friends like to say.
I mean, if the boot fits, you need to eat it.
Oh yeah,
Be like Captain Morgan, eat your leather.
yeah.
Sorry, history joke. Or Magellan. I should have done Magellan. Everybody knows about Magellan.
Wait, what about Magellan? Did he eat his hat or something? No, Mike Fink.
Mike Fink ate
There's
his
the
hat.
Yeah, he ate his hat
Yeah.
because Davy Crockett beat him.
Yeah, no, well,
So did that actually happen though?
I don't know. Did Davy Crockett ride a lightning bolt, or was that Daniel Boone?
That was Davy Crockett. It's like he told that story too. He thought that was hilarious.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, Magellan, his crew, they ended up becoming so desperate. Some people started eating the leather, and they also ended up eating rats because they did not stock up on as many provisions as they should have when they departed from Rio de Janeiro.
So kind of like that one Greek ship, they ended up eating the boards.
What Greek ship were they ended up?
I don't
eating
remember if
the
that was
boards?
Greece or Rome. It was the founding of Rome. They ended up eating the
Oh.
boards and they're like, oh well, here we are. Let's start a city.
Yeah. Lesson learned.
There's a lot of confusing.
Have enough provisions when you set sail or you go on a trip. Don't end up like Magellan. Don't end up like the founders of Rome. Don't end up like the Donner Party.
Oh heck, no, let's not go
Okay,
there. Don't want to think about that.
Pack enough provisions to eat and pray religiously and ask God to sustain you all through your travels and trips, because
Don't forget plenty of fruits and vegetables to avoid scurvy.
don't get scurvy. Scurvy is bad for your teeth.
Yes.
Bad for your continued health and
and
survival.
all your bones and just about everything. It is bad for everything.
Eat your fruits, eat your citrus, eat your vegetables.
Oh yeah. Can't be too healthy.
Well,
Right?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, the only time
I mean, to an extent, yeah.
the only time you're going to be too healthy is when you die and you get your glorified body.
Yeah, and that's still not too healthy.
I guess that's
I mean, it's like you don't have to worry about food or anything anymore. So
yeah,
that's a big plus.
it's gonna absolutely get rid of your calcium intake.
Yeah.
No need for calcium.
It's like you just absorb calcium through
Osmosis.
yes, through osmosis. Just like we wish we could learn all of our school subjects. Put your book. That's right, kids. Put your book under your pillow. Just to
Well,
absorb it into your brain.
Alternatively, what you can do is you can put a book underneath your pillow, then put a pillow on top of your head, and then put another book, and then duct tape them all together around your head.
There you
Double
go.
osmosis. Huh?
Yeah, double up. There you go. Get
Yeah.
it as an audiobook. Stick a tape recorder. Oh wait, sorry, no tape recorders. They don't have tape recorders. Stick your phone under your pillow.
Yeah.
Put in your earbuds.
And then
Listen to that all
is that
night.
triple osmosis?
Oh
How
yeah,
many
there
layers
you go.
deep
Maybe
are
that would
we?
work.
Can we go a fourth layer deep into the osmosis?
I mean, could you tape like
Tyler?
one to your forehead and one to the back of your head?
We're five levels deep.
I don't think we can go deeper than that.
I guess it's true.
We forgot the crackers.
Anyway, lesson learned.
Yeah, we're not having fun at all here, as you can tell.
Yeah, no, we are not. We are not. Anything else you wanted to talk about?
Nothing that I can think of. So I will say we are, for any history buffs that might be watching, we are running on a joke platform of Justice for Henry Clay.
Justice for Henry Clay.
So we have Daniel Henry and Clay Hanna. So he ran for president, what, 4 times?
Yeah.
Never won.
Should have won.
Should have won. He had an amazing name just for the name.
Yeah. We also,
great guy.
Yeah, we support the American system. We want the rights. Part of it is
local jobs, local businesses.
Local jobs, local businesses, local economies.
We're gonna make the class of 2025 great again. It's gonna be amazing. You're gonna love it. The guy, Papa Shu, he's a great guy, doing a great job.
He tells us we're the best, the very best.
The best. Almost as good as Dr. Atkins. Not quite. I mean, can't beat the campus grandpa.
We're gonna be the best.
It's like absolutely amazing. Great guy right here. I'm a great guy.
Yeah.
You gotta vote for us.
Yeah.
You're gonna win, just know it.
Justice for Henry Clay. That's all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Most people don't even know who Henry Clay was, which is a tragedy when you consider the fact that he was one of America's greatest statesmen and orators.
Yeah, was his nickname the Great Compromiser?
The Great Compromiser, yes, sir. Kept the Union together for about 20 years more than it should have been.
Yep.
Though we also have to remember, Calhoun and Webster's efforts in keeping.
It was a group effort, but
yeah, less so
was
with
the most prominent.
Less so with Calhoun towards the end, but I mean, can we blame the South Carolinians?
Yeah. So I mean, if we go like Henry Clay, I mean, we want to keep the class together, build camaraderie. We don't want to split the class up along frivolous boundaries.
Except unless the people want to put pineapple on their pizza, and then
so we got to make them pay for the
I mean ham's fine on pizza, but I don't understand pineapple.
I mean, actually, pineapple isn't that bad. So I mean, I don't want to eat it on my pizza. Just being clear, I don't want to eat it on my pizza. If you want to put it on yours, I'm perfectly fine with that. I respect that.
But why does pineapple need to be on pizzas? I mean,
what I want to know is why is it called Hawaiian pizza when it was invented in Alaska? Yeah, that's right.
I guess it's one of those.
It's invented in Alaska.
Well, I mean, baked Alaska was invented in New York, wasn't it?
I don't know about baked Alaska.
I'm pretty sure baked Alaska was invented in New York.
I know ranch dressing was invented in Alaska too.
Pardon?
Ranch dressing was invented in Alaska.
Pardon? You mean it wasn't invented in the Midwest?
No, it was invented in Alaska. This is all part of the argument that Alaska should be part of the Midwest.
Could have fooled my mom.
It's like, because you can take your hand and wait, that's for me. You might see it like this. So you take Alaska. Yeah, I think it's like this. Maybe I might be wrong. I'm trying to figure out how it is, but you do your hand a certain way, and you can do like people do for the Michigan hand. You can do the same thing for Alaska because they got the Aleutian Islands.
I was gonna make a joke, and I realized that joke was gonna be in very poor taste.
Yeah, let's not.
We ain't gonna talk about New York anymore.
Yeah, let's not talk about New York.
Okay, yeah.
We're going to talk about Florida, best state in the union.
Best state in the union.
Yep.
No,
well,
Indiana's the best state in the union. Florida's like the third.
We do actually have a decent governor. Yeah.
Indiana.
Yeah. Eric Holcomb's. I mean, he just passed a decent bill. He has problems. Okay, I don't approve of
He's
everything the guy
he's a
does.
puppet of the global.
He has a lot of problems.
He's a puppet of the globalists. He is
It's
one
like
of the
he just passed a law banning transgender stuff.
He's
And
a
now this video
globalist.
is gonna get banned
He's a
on
globalist.
YouTube because I said that.
The Davos group. He went to the Davos thing. They like
A
him.
lot of people went to the Davos.
Yeah,
It's
but
like I have questions about a lot of people.
yeah.
Do we really want to get into this? This is real politics. I
okay,
said just
yeah, sorry.
PCC politics.
He likes Holcomb. I don't like Holcomb.
I didn't say I like Hulk. It's like he's okay. He might be a rhino, but
Well,
he's
okay, yeah. We should probably stop
better
this.
than certain other people that we will not mention because
He's a better governor. Than
I don't want to get this video banned.
He's a better governor than my sister's dog.
Yeah, there we go. We'll go. with that.
My sister's dog does not know how to govern.
Yeah.
A state, much less himself.
He's probably cute though.
He is an adorable golden retriever. Yeah, he doesn't know how to govern himself. And if you put too much food in front of him, he will eat it all to ill consequences and ill effects. I mean, he doesn't just stop at eating food. I mean, there was one time he got into my dad's bathroom and he ate 3 handkerchiefs. And it took him 2 months to get rid of them because he ended up throwing up.
I have so many questions.
One of them ended up passing one of them, and the third one, we don't know what happened to it.
Why the heck did he eat handkerchiefs? Those aren't even food.
I know.
Is he a goat?
No.
Does he have goat?
We've
have a dog that's
thought
half
about
awesome.
it. We've thought about it. But there was another time he chewed off the ends of some nylon bones, and he got them stuck in his stomach. Yeah, he ended up throwing one up, and ended up getting the other 2 stuck in his intestines. And we had to my sister had to get him like life-saving surgery.
This is why we don't let dogs run the country, folks.
Yeah, because
That's right. Vote for Clayhan and Daniel Henry because you don't want a golden retriever eating all your smile tiles.
Yeah, no. Don't let Goldens eat your smile tiles. Don't let dogs eat your smile tiles. Use your smile tiles. Put smiles on yourself and your friends' faces.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah, Sherlock. He eats everything that he shouldn't, and so does Watson, my sister's other dog.
Yeah.
I
thought he was Sherlock Holmes' assistant.
Watson's supposed to be his assistant, but I don't know about those dogs. They typically get along, but oftentimes Watson wants to play a lot more than Sherlock wants to. And,
yeah.
Well, now Watson's a lot bigger than
you actually have a dog named Sherlock.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Dog named Sherlock. Dog named Watson.
Of course.
Hey, I didn't name the dogs. I when we were getting Sherlock, I voted for Captain Sparkles Oliver.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying. When my sister got Watson, she decided on Watson immediately. So
yeah,
I had no input in the naming process. I got overruled.
Yeah. Oh, hey, we got 2 people streaming now.
Hello there.
Hello, other person.
Oh, one of them left. I don't think they like us saying
did
hello.
they did they leave, or is it just I'm not sure that the counter actually works very well?
It's not precise. If that's what.
No, it's not. I mean, who knows? They might still be here.
I guess that's true.
So. Oh, that was Jelly, my cat.
Oh.
Magellan. Tell Jelly I said hi.
Cats. I have many things to say about cats. My sister has some cats.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jelly is half golden retriever.
Don't you know how baromenology works?
Oh, yeah.
But to be fair, I have a friend who did talk about how his cat Nugget acted more like a dog than a cat.
Yeah.
They do exist.
Yeah, I think I wore Magellan out so much one day playing with him. He was just laying on the floor panting like a dog. Never thought I'd see a cat do that.
Hey, we've seen pigs fly,
Yep.
I mean, they may be flying in planes, but we've seen them fly, so anything's possible.
Yep. We'll close out a little bit more about ourselves. I do work on campus. I started last semester in campus safety and security. So I've been working there, almost a year. I have So if you ever get hurt, you know who to call.
And I have been working my whole college career in ES, environmental services, with the custodial crew. So I have worked in quite a few buildings. I've cleaned the Abeka building. I clean PCA. Currently, I'm also part of special projects. We clean all over the place. Cleaning special projects or areas that
Yep.
need great attention or immediate attention. But I mean, I've cleaned all over. I've cleaned VPA. I've cleaned the Commons. I've cleaned Crown Center before. DHA.
Yep.
VPA. Yeah, I've cleaned all over essentially. Fieldhouse, St. John's. Anyway,
Hey, will you look at that? We actually have 3 people on now.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
So if anyone has any questions, let us know in the
if
chat.
you want to know how to hide a dead body, I definitely don't know.
I am not allowed to comment on how to hide a dead body as a member of campus safety and security. I would advise you do not have dead bodies to hide in the first place.
Bleach and fire work on cleaning up after a dead body.
I do not endorse this.
I do not endorse this either, but I'm just saying, bleach works wonders, and fire does as well. Though you need to be careful about the fire that you do set, and you should only use this
make
in
sure
rural
you don't
areas.
do it at night, like at 3 a.m. and evacuate your entire residence hall.
Yeah, don't do it at 3 a.m. Don't make your residence hall get evacuated, because many people will then become homicidal and very cranky, cantankerous.
Might smack you with a water bottle.
Well, they might smack you with more than a water bottle. Might smack you with their whole fist. But yeah, don't get your dorm evacuated because you were cleaning up after yourself.
Don't get into the position where you have to clean up after yourself like that.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing.
Just do your chores. Just do your room jobs and your room chores. Don't get into that position at all.
Yep.
So yeah, make certain you tidy up your bed and do your chores and keep your room nice and clean, or at least mostly clean. Don't get in the position where you have to clean up after yourself like that. So
yeah.
Anyway, but yeah,
unless of course the person is trying to kill you, then it's perfectly all right.
Oh yeah, that's self-defense, not
I mean, you wouldn't have to clean up for yourself if you did that.
Yes,
because you could do that. You're ES. I think that'd be your job.
Yeah, honestly, it might. I mean, depending upon if they call Mr. Workman and be like, "Hey, we need a special projects crew. There's dead bodies that died." So I think
that'd be. I know security would have to deal with that at some point.
Oh yeah,
so we probably show up first thing.
I mean,
and then we tell you.
Yeah, most likely. So I mean, ES is kind of like the butt of everybody's job.
Yeah, security shows up, throws up, and tells ES to take care of the body. It's like, yeah, we got a problem.
Yeah, we got a problem. There's a dead body here, and also some throw up. You need to clean up all this. Yeah, no, we do everybody's jobs for them. We keep everything clean. We do our best to keep facilities running. It ain't much, but it's honest work.
Yep. So I think we've covered just about everything we could with this live stream. Anyone suppose?
What are
the responsibilities? Well, as class president, my responsibilities are. I knew at one point. I have to look this up real quick.
Our responsibilities are to be responsible.
Yes, absolutely.
Isn't it to
plan class meetings,
plan meetings, plan events.
Yep.
Increase cohesion among the class.
Yes.
Remember what our responsibilities are. The president's the speaker. I'm just the faithful and dutiful Sam Gamgee. Supposed to just walk up after him.
Yep, student officer elections.
Suffice to say, we only know some of the responsibilities, and we don't know the entire. But we don't remember the exact finality of or totality.
So
I don't know what I'm saying.
Get involved. How the process work. Shoot, I knew off the top of my head at one point what our responsibilities were.
Essentially, we just need to be responsible and do what we're told and make certain we don't need to get to the position of doing what we need to be told.
So Here we
That
go.
made any sense.
Responsibilities. So here we go. According to Eagle's Nest,
The great arbiter of
Yes.
knowledge.
The president's responsibility is to set the vision for the team and class, delegates necessary responsibilities,
Okay.
facilitates team planning sessions, and manages team meeting agendas. May be called upon as an official representative of the student body to the college president.
Okay.
And then
So
the vice president works closely with the president, myself,
Okay.
and represents the president. Daniel would represent me if I'm not able to make it to the meeting.
You gotta make it to
Or-
all the meetings.
Yeah, or if I need, or take my place if I need to step down for any reason, which I'm hoping is not going to be a problem.
You never know. Alien abductions happen all the time.
He will contribute ideas to team planning sessions.
So, in summary, president is supposed to be the leader of not only the class but also the elected officials. Well,
Yeah, and I
the
would
officers.
represent the junior class to at this point, Papa Shoe, Dr. Shoemaker, I mean.
Or Dr. Papa Shoe.
Yeah,
Dr.
there we
Papa
go.
Shoe, if we want to be technical. And essentially increase cohesion and unity within the officers and the
Yes.
class, and to
Plan
give
the-
great
plan the
ideas
meetings.
and to plan things.
Make sure we all stay on track.
And then
We're figuring out what to do.
and then the vice president is just to help the president.
Helps me
in
make
his-
sure everyone stays on
duties.
track.
and then would be the backup representative, which
Yeah.
makes me wonder: has there ever been a
So
president?
what happens if the vice president has to step down? Does the secretary take over, or do we just have to have a whole new election?
I don't know. Papa
I don't think they probably wouldn't. They probably never had. They might not have a provision for that, but they really should.
Yeah, or have a. Yeah, they need to have a provision for it because, I mean, stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
Because I mean, vice president either has to step down or has to leave.
Or if the president and vice president are both sick,
Then what happens?
then someone's gonna have to. I think.
Would it follow the
I
secretary?
would think this maybe. I would think the secretary.
then? Okay. I don't know.
Oh, they probably just play. I don't think it's probably never. It probably hasn't happened, or
This is
at
why
least
we're
not
history
very
majors.
much.
This is why we're history majors, because we remember
Yes.
long
Looking up
stories
historical precedent.
of people of leaders falling ill or something happening to them, and
So
then
it's
line of
never happened in the
succession.
United States.
Well, technically, it did happen with.
I mean, have we ever lost a president and vice president?
Yes. We lost Nixon and Agnew. So Agnew stepped down. Nixon appointed Ford. Nixon stepped down. Ford pardoned Nixon. And so then we had Gerald R. Ford, who's the only president that never got elected. And technically, there was a succession crisis when William Henry Harrison died, because that was the first time we had a president die in office. And so there was a lot of uncertainty as to how the vice president would act. So John Tyler eventually he assumed the role of president.
Yeah.
And with all the positions and responsibilities and duties, because the Constitution was slightly unclear as to how exactly the presidential duties would be fulfilled with the president dead. And so ever since then, we have in all these different things, we have come up with a more clear line of succession, not only for the president, but what to do in case of the president being incapacitated or otherwise unable to fulfill his duties, or the vice president or other officers of the United States.
Well, hopefully we won't have to worry about
Yeah.
that, because I'm not planning on
Getting abducted
if
by
we are
aliens.
yes, if we are elected, I'm not planning on dropping out of school or out of office or stepping down for any reason in particular.
I
So
don't-
it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
I don't plan on going to fight the Swiss in Iceland, and I don't plan on getting abducted by aliens either. So
And I've never bathed in yogurt, and I don't look good in leggings.
I've never been to Boston in the fall.
Oh yeah, that too. I've never been to Boston in the fall.
Yeah. Anyway, if we are elected, then we do plan to serve.
But we digress.
Yeah, we digress. We go on tangents sometimes. We go on some tangents.
So, unless we'll wait a few more minutes for any last questions. And if there are none, we will go ahead and
Yeah. Well, since we're waiting on
close the stream.
questions, we can. What are some historical characters that you would love to get to know more about and sit down and have a conversation
historical
with?
characters. I have to say, Patrick Henry,
Amen.
Eddie Rickenbacker.
Rickenbacker would be a cool guy.
Yeah, he is.
Did he die in World War
Ronald
II?
Reagan, actually. He did not die in World War II. He died after World War II.
He died right after. Okay.
Yeah, he served the U.S. government in World War II as some sort of ambassador, high important intelligence position.
Okay.
I read his autobiography. He took secrets with him to the grave.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So, Ronald Reagan. Who's that one guy? Richard Wurmbrand. He would be cool. I think he's dead now. How about you?
I would love to sit down and have a conversation with Calvin Coolidge.
Oh yeah, he seemed cool.
Yeah, though it wouldn't be too much of a conversation to know about.
Yeah, Silent Cal.
No, it would be a conversation, but it'd be quiet. It'd be small. It would not be too lengthy.
Yeah.
Though then again, he wasn't he a lawyer?
I don't remember.
So,
it's like, just imagine it's like he just comes, it's like a courtroom's completely silent. He just asks like a few word questions like, I win.
Yeah, Calvin Coolidge.
You always expect lawyers to talk a lot.
One of the
politicians in general.
Coolidge was one of the very few presidents where the
seems like a very interesting person.
Yeah, well, he was one of the very few presidents where the government actually shrunk underneath.
Yeah.
And then Daniel Defoe was another character.
Do we have a list of possible guest speakers? We do not.
Well, we don't have a
currently right now.
definitive.
Well, it's not written.
It's
not written down,
and it's not definitive. We have potential guest speakers that we would like to have speak, but we don't have.
Yeah,
any.
we're open to any suggestions that
Personally,
any of the junior class student body might have.
I would love to have Dr. Ansbach on this.
He's a character.
He is the character.
Bring Dr. Stelzer.
Dr. Stelzer would also be a good character to have.
Yeah.
A good speaker to have speak. I shouldn't use the word character.
Yeah.
In that context.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Dr. Ansbach always livens up any chapel message where he speaks.
Yep. Well, it's starting to get rather late. This live stream's been going on for a while. So thanks to everyone that tuned in.
Our heartfelt thanks.
And yes. And remember, vote for Clay Hanna, Daniel Henry, President, Vice President, junior class of 2025. Good evening. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everybody. And have a good night.